2, 3, 4, hey.
Welcome to LoveLine
with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I'm still a man.
Spank the unruly ones.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
LoveLine's meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's LoveLine with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
All right, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. He is the board-certified physician and the addiction medicine specialist. Tonight our guests are, well, I don't know if I call them the Squirrel, but Squirrel Nut Zippers. These guys are, I don't know. I always hate, whenever you classify a band, they always get pissed. But they're a throwback band.
To what?
Sort of a Cab Calloway, swing band.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Hoochie Coochie and all that.
I love that stuff.
But not necessarily a derivative of it. That's what they sound like. And it's great music.
Wow.
It's all part of the whole swing thing that's heated up just recently.
Exciting.
Yeah, so they're going to be in here just after the first break, and we'll hear some of their music and talk to them. Nice, educated, overzealous lads. I would label them that way. Drew.
Yeah.
What do you want? You want to talk about something? I got some email here.
You go to the email, and I got my thing. I think our first question will lead into my stuff.
All right. You know it won't, but all right. This comes from Peter. Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew. I guess this is directed at me. I enjoy your show, but I don't always agree with your theories. Well, there's something wrong with this lad. I'm a gay man, 28. I've been in a relationship for 4 years. So here's my comment. I don't agree with your theory that gay men are the result of broken homes.
Oh, when do we say
I don't know. When do I say that?
You don't say that? I don't say that. 'Cause I wouldn't let you say that. I mean, you could say that, but I wouldn't agree with it.
When do I say that gay men are the result of broken homes? I rarely give my theories on why men turn gay. I only give my theories on...
Wait, I don't think you ever have.
I never have.
Yeah, because
I say how you know they're gay.
We've talked a little bit about
once they're gay.
And we talked a little bit about the biological basis for that might be there.
All right. Anyway, it goes on to say, I don't think having a male role model around would have changed my sexual desire for men.
Did we say something?
I've never said this. Some people have such a chip on their shoulder that if you bring up something, they construed it into whatever it is they want to hear. If you polled all your listeners to determine who was from broken homes, you'd probably find the majority. Are, period.
That would bear up the statistics.
Right.
Most homes are broken.
It's important that you guys try not to perpetuate myths and stereotypes given your influential positions.
I agree.
All right.
We agree.
But listen, dickhead, I never said that. I don't know what this guy's talking about.
But to the extent that we do in any way perpetuate the stereotypes and myths, people should feel free to bring it to our attention. But be accurate about it, so at least we can change our ways.
Yeah, I don't know what he was listening to. Don't get me wrong. I'm always making fun of the gays, but I make fun of everybody.
Right.
And I never want the broken home theory.
No.
What is your theory, Drew? What do you think?
I don't have one. That's why I would not have let you get by with a specific theory.
What is your off the air couple of scotch and sodas in your theory about why men turn gay?
I don't have one.
It's not an over-domineering mother in the absence of a father. You have no theories like that.
We have occasionally talked about negative feelings towards a mother who smother a child or who overwhelm a child in some way, that the child is never able to effectively attach to the mother that way.
Right. And this is a topic that was debated in the media some years ago, and it's cooled off a little bit. There was this whole hypothalamus gland and all that business.
But there are clearly some biological, anatomical propensity towards homosexuality. Right. But if the environment doesn't play out the proper way, you probably wouldn't get it. I don't know.
All right. Listen.
But it's not pathology. It's just like saying you grow up obsessive. There's certain kinds of styles of living and personalities and things that are not abnormal. They're just preferences or whatever. They're just
all right. Let's all stop trying to figure out who's gay and why. God bless the gays. That's what I say. I love schlong. There are no gay serial killers. There's certainly no gay gang members. Gays don't graffiti. They don't rob. They don't mug old women.
Yeah.
They keep their car nice. They keep their condo clean. And they take care of business. And they stay away from the ladies. I really wish the entire planet was gay. It'd be a much better place to live. It really would. Who's into recycling more, gay men or straight men, Drew?
Just be careful. Cause
Who?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Venture a guess.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
And who would be more apt not to throw a McDonald's burger wrapper and cup out of the speeding car window down an interstate?
Okay.
The gay or the straight?
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
The gay males are more overtly aggressive and a-holes. That's true.
The who males?
The heterosexual
Yes,
males. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no prison riot with gays.
Right.
There's no gang violence with gays.
I mean, somebody's going to take exception and say you're stereotyping. There
Well,
are, of course.
Kiss my ass.
But
You
of course-
find me a gay
Well, there
gang.
are.
Find me the gay gang. That's why I love the gays. Jason, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Yeah, I just had a question for Dr. Drew about how my girlfriend and I are thinking about having sex, and it would be her first time and my second, and I'm sort of half and half about it, but she already picked up the stuff, so I really have two questions, and one is about the effectiveness of different things, and the other is, should I be worried about the stuff that she seems so eager to do it?
What stuff, Jason?
She picked up a box of condoms and I think some foam, and I want to know what's the effectiveness of, what's the best.
I mean, condoms are very effective. They're not 100%, but they're very effective, and they certainly add the second benefit of being a safe sex technique. The most effective for a couple your age is the oral is the hormonal therapy, either Depo-Provera, oral contraceptive pill, or Norplant.
Yeah, but she needs a prescription for all of those things.
That's correct, and she can walk into Planned Parenthood and get them.
Hmm.
I mean, or an emergency, or wherever she wants. She is 8. She's 18.
No.
17. What is she? She's over 12 in most states, and certainly over 14, I think, in all. She can walk wherever she wants and get a contraceptive pill, but totally confidentially at her own will.
All right, Jason.
Now here.
Thank you for not reproducing, by the way.
Yeah, that's really what's keeping me from. I mean, that's why I'm really sort of uptight about this kind of thing. I'm really not going to jump at this.
All right, but you're nervous by her enthusiasm about it.
Yeah, it worries me a little bit because I mean I've done it once before and it was a complete mistake, and I was sorry almost the instant that I did it because I didn't really care too much about the person, and we were both like really vulnerable, and it was a mistake, and I know what it feels like to do something.
How old were you?
I'm 18 now. I was 17 when that happened. It was just last June.
Why was it such a mistake? Who was this girl?
Well, it was a friend who had just broken up with a boyfriend, and she just came over to my house late. I have this walk-in basement. My parents don't, they don't know if someone can just come over.
The more sex is going on in the basement than any other part of the house.
Yeah, well, I mean, anyway,
if you could park a car in the basement, you would.
My parents wouldn't hear it.
You would surely get laid every night.
Absolutely. But
all right.
But look, Jason is a sensitive guy.
He certainly is.
You were.
I worry.
Well, yeah, I kind of do too, actually. But in a good way. In a good way. And he connected with this girl and it was not right. He knew it.
All right, Jason.
I know what it feels like to do something. And
well, but maybe examine your feelings about this girl and maybe wait until you are feeling it's the right thing to do.
I feel it's the right thing, but I'm worried that she might be feeling it and not really knowing what she's feeling.
All right, Jason.
Well, don't worry too much about her, but make sure that she has ample opportunity to assert herself. Okay,
Yeah.
Jason. Let me give you a little tip about life. You dissect things to too great a degree with too much detail, and you just are left with the fact that you have to kill yourself. That's what happens at the end of heavy dissection.
Overanalyze things.
Yes, do not do that. Do not analyze. Moderate analyzation, fine. A moderate dissection, fine.
Thoughtfulness, fine.
Overanalyzation means the ozone's drying up and we're all going. You'll kill yourself. Don't do it. All right? Carpe diem. All right?
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Jason. Now, listen, one of the reasons I wanted Jason...
Latin for bang your girlfriend.
I thought that was Marine for that.
Yes.
But one of the reasons I wanted to take that call was that I was driving in tonight. Actually, 3 or 4 times on news radio tonight, I heard them talking about lead story.
They broke into the All Opera channel with breaking news.
For important story. I slipped, my finger slipped, and I got over to that. The postcoital contraceptive, the morning after pill, is now being endorsed. I guess it's, I didn't quite understand. The story was not presented very well. I guess it's the FDA now that's approving, but the government is officially acknowledging that this is a viable treatment, which is shocking to me because I've known about it forever, and I never knew that there was anything that was restricting physicians from prescribing it. And you brought it up.
Well, society's more right.
Well, you brought it up a couple of times that it's not being people are not being educated about it because of the issues related to abortion.
I want this post-coitus contraception pill on the nightstand of every teenager across this land, right next
Not a
to
bad idea.
the alarm clock and the Hello Kitty diary,
Now
right between the two. I want the post-coital.
Why not a Hello Kitty dispenser or something?
Oh, there's a brilliant idea. Now you're thinking, Drew. Do you see what happens from hanging out with me for a year or
It's
so?
scaring me. It really is tough. But listen, let's repeat this several times because if there ever were a worthy banner for you to carry, this is the one. Adam.
Oh.
That it's a pill you can take within 72 hours of having sex. You take it for basically 3 days. Kind of a high dose of a contraceptive, and sometimes people get a little nausea and vomiting, but it's pretty effective in preventing pregnancy.
And this is what happens when the condom breaks or the guy tries the pull-out technique and does not do a very good job of it. You take this when you think you're pregnant, and
if there's any possibility of it.
And I may take some tonight. What the hell?
Why don't you, just to prove how
you never
committed
know.
you are to
I
this?
could have sat in something. The point is this. It nips it in the bud, and that's what I'm looking for. Jane, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Hi. My stepdad and my mom have been having sex a lot, like not right in front of me and my sister, but like when we're around and can't get out of there, like when we went camping.
Like his ass is blocking the door or something?
Well, actually, like when we went camping, we were in the tent, and it was a 3-person tent. And they were like right next to us having sex, and there was nothing we could do because it was pouring
Did you
outside.
bring it up to them?
What's that?
Did you bring up to them? Did they know you were awake?
I think so, because it was only like 10 minutes after we got in the tent.
Did you confront them?
No, I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say, like, stop having sex in front of us.
Were they drinking the hot cider with a little rum in there before they called it a night?
I don't know. Well, I don't think so. I mean,
All right.
not openly.
Jane.
Yeah.
Where's your mom?
Right now?
Right
no,
now.
just in the evolutionary chain of humans. Where would she be? In front of the polar bear? Where is she?
I live with my dad,
Oh.
so she's somewhere else right now. But it's just every time we go to visit her.
She's getting it on.
Right.
All right. And they're doing it in the house as well when you guys are around?
Right.
Doesn't that strike you kind of weird, too?
I'll tell you, no, I think it's ingenious.
Do they live apart?
No. Her mom is doing it with her stepdad. Please, pay attention to the show, Drew. The mother is getting it on with the stepfather.
But they don't live in the same house.
The mother is getting it on with the stepfather. Hold on, I'll say it slower, Jane. The mother having sex with the stepfather.
Right.
Jane lives with her father.
Biological father. Okay, got it.
Sorry, Drew. It was my fault for not getting out the chalkboard, Jane.
Got it.
All right, so here's the situation. They're getting in the tent.
Yeah.
But now here's what I was going to say. This is diabolical. This is brilliant.
Well,
you understand?
She needs to tell her dad.
No. Yeah, I know what's going on. Drew, if you ever want your children to abstain from sex, this is the way to do it. Have them hear you rolling around on top of your wife for 10 minutes of sweaty, unrhythmic lovemaking. Jane, you're totally repulsed by sex now, aren't you?
Actually, yes, I am a virgin.
See that? Do you see that? You'll be a virgin until you're 35.
Yeah, that's true.
It works.
Wait
It's
a minute.
Brilliant.
I want to hear this slowly. Let my poor little weak brain soak this in because I'm looking for that very technique. But I don't think I have it in me to violate the boundaries of the family quite so perniciously as this.
All right, you cannot talk to your stepfather. You're going to have to talk to your mother.
Or dad.
Well, what's Dad going to do?
Dad?
Don't tell Dad. It's all Dad needs to know is that his ex, who was probably still heartbroken over, was getting banged in the tent next to Junior.
Dad's head would explode if he knew this.
That's right. That's why you don't tell him.
But he would take care of business.
Yeah, he'd take care of business with a 45 and a six-pack.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Listen, Jane, you need to talk to your mom. And look, spell it out to her, but you don't have to be rude about it. Just say, listen, I kind of knew what was going on in the tent the other day, and I knew what was going on.
Is Mom a little kooky?
Yeah.
See, Mom might. That's why she's living with Dad and not with Mom.
Okay.
Well, actually, that is.
All right.
And
All right.
Mom might not really respond to this. That's why you got to tell Dad.
All right, Jane.
Uh-huh.
Don't tell anyone. You're 18. You don't live with them. Mom's a wingnut. Forget it.
Stay away from them and tell your dad.
Just don't go camping with them. Bring your own damn tent.
How old's your sister?
She's 20.
All right. At least you guys are adults.
Yeah, look, you're 18. She's 20. No more camping.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
You find your own boys. Go camp and have sex with them.
Okay.
Let me tell you
Use
something.
condoms.
Everyone gets it on when you camp. That's why you go camping. That's why all these scout leaders are pedophiles. They can't help it. It's not their fault. The regular average working guys, everything's fine, and then they take the weebelows on a camping trip and all hell breaks loose.
Oh.
There's something about the outdoors. There's something about peeing outside. Don't ever let your kids go on those campouts.
This is all just etching into my brain now. Okay.
I mean,
real parenting tips tonight.
like
This is good, Adam.
Armed security guard should
Yes.
follow every Cub Scout troop. When people go outdoors to sleep, there's sex that goes on. It's like the clan of the cave bear all of a sudden. All right.
Hey, listen, I told you as soon as you mentioned your sort of generalities about gay males, a listener called in. This is on our computer screen right now. I wanted to inform Adam that there are at least two gay serial killers out there, right?
Oh, that's right. John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer. Two little-known serial killers in American history.
Impact, yeah.
All right. They're right. What can I say?
The gangs.
All right. I'm going to the gangs. I will take serial killers off the list. All right. I stand corrected. Pete, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
I just like I said, I love the show, but here's my question. My girlfriend and I, we're like both virgins, We screw around a lot. And like the other day, we went in the bathtub together, and like we screwed around in there for a while, and like I came in the water. How long does it like stay alive?
You're all class, Pete. It's like the sex on Valdez with this Pete over here.
Can your sperm make her pregnant? Is that really the question?
Well, I mean, like in the water.
No.
Like, is it like in the bathtub now?
It will cling to any moving surface.
Yeah,
so.
it's not instantaneously.
No one is
dead,
getting out of there without a good slicking.
But
nobody.
It's not how pregnant. I mean, I just can't imagine how that would result in a pregnancy.
No, they do say the sperm swims, Drew.
Yeah, it swims through semen, not through ocean water. It's
well,
like
to hear Pete say it, that tub was a nice 50-50 mix there.
Oh.
Well,
oh, Jesus.
I mean, like, is it like, okay, like, well, let's say that we were doing something else, and like I came and like, I didn't fulfill her yet, so I began to do that with the cum or the semen on me.
You mean
you alive, like on a skin surface?
You mean you penetrate after that?
No, he did something with his hand.
No, I'm a virgin. See something with the hand, a little tricky.
No, he did something with his hand. Drew, please.
No, it's not gonna. I mean, if it's on your hand, yes, it can be placed there.
Like, it's like kind of dry down there.
I'm going to answer your question, Pete. She is not pregnant.
Or if you have any question, use that morning after pill we talked about. I mean, it's a perfect opportunity for that, for crying out loud. I mean,
no.
Look,
she's
listen,
not pregnant.
I agree.
He whacked
she is
off
not.
in the tub. For Christ's sake.
Agree she is not.
It's like saying if she fell into my hamper, would she be knocked up?
Yeah. Well.
Yes.
But it's an opportunity for other people who might be listening, who have a question. Gee, could it as a possibility? I mean, who might not be as quite as anxious as Pete and might not be realizing their risks. Get that damn morning after pill.
A lot of sex going on in the tub. If you could take a tub, put it in the basement, and then move that out into the wilderness, it'd be a nonstop orgy in there.
I thought you said the tub had to be in like back of a car.
Yes. Okay. You take the tub, which is the upstairs sex spot. You put the tub in a car, which is the mobile sex spot. You then take the tub in the car and you put it in a basement. A lot of sex. And not only just straight sex, but a lot of experimentation going on in the basement. You ever notice in those movies, that's where the lab is. The dungeon and the lab, always in the basement. And you take all that and you put it out at Yosemite. Frickin' orgy. Oh. All right. Listen. Hey, can we hear Hell? Can we hear that song? We can just run a little bit late into this spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Good, because I want to hear this song before we bring out the Squirrel Nut Zippers so you can know all about them. This is off of their CD called Hot, and it's called Hell.
seen all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. The afterlife could be headed for the serious side. That could make them seen all day, but tomorrow they'll be held to pay. People listen attentively. I mean about future calamity. I used to think the idea was obsolete until I heard the old man stamping his feet. Where eternally fire is applied to the body. Teeth are extruded and bones are ground and baked into cakes which are passed around. The afterlife could be headed for the serious life. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow will be held to pay.
Squirrel Nut Zippers off of Hot. Name of the song is Hell, and we'll be back right after this.
Why don't you try rapping it this time?
Yo, kick some flavor and stuff, and LoveLine will be right back in a minute.
I'm sorry, that was really bad.
You're just not street like me.
Hi, this is Penelope Ann Miller, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
That's Penelope Ann Miller.
All right.
Were you here that night?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I told her The Shadow was the worst movie ever made.
And she was so offended.
Took immediate offense and defended that movie.
And by the way, did Ann tell you what she said when she came out there in the booth?
No.
Oh, she was not happy.
The Shadow knows. The Shadow knows it was the worst effing movie ever made.
She was one of her favorite, though.
Oh, please.
That's what she said.
She has to be. I know she's an intelligent woman, and that was just, look, she's done some fine work.
Stupendous.
Okay, well, let's settle in, Drew.
No, she's a great actress.
All right, she's done some good work, but The Shadow was one of the worst movies ever made. I mean, I really would rather see the Bad News Bears Breaking Training, like Part 6 or something, than that movie.
Okay, you just gave me a flashback of how I spent my afternoon.
Man, that really turns me on.
You gave me a flashback of how I spent my afternoon.
Good. All right, let's stop
watching a family movie in the movie theater.
Let's stop making idle chatter here because we have the band. Squirrel Nut Zippers are here. Jay, Chris, and Ken. Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
All right. So let's get a little plug in first. Name of the CD is Hot. It's the second CD.
Correct.
And
came out of June of last year.
It's very unconventional, I guess.
Very unconventional.
By radio standards. But you guys are getting... Yeah?
You know, I mean, we're historians. I mean, I think as artists and musicians, we're all historians, but we're all doing it in a new way that, you know, has today's feel to it, you know. So we're not trying to do anything historically, but we're trying to throw a little bit of punk rock into a little bit of Cab Calloway or whatever.
Right.
They play on period pieces and things.
Right. And it's a big band, and it's got the horns going, and it has you guys play the swing music, and you people dance and have a good time, and there's no mosh pit.
That's the timeless part of it. People get down no matter what era
People
it
get
is.
down.
Right. And can you get people to get down even if they show up hell-bent on not getting down?
Even here in L.A.
Even here in L.A., even in New York. New York is one of the toughest audiences we've ever faced.
In L.A., they'll get down. They just have to they have to like phone their therapist first and ask. They'll get on the little cell phone. They ask if it's okay to get down, and then you'll see them take an extra handful of what would they take? Vicodin or
they take some vegetable pills, some blue-green algae.
Oh,
yeah, jacked up on blue-green algae.
Yes, L.A.'s. You guys now reside in North Carolina?
Absolutely.
That's correct.
Right. So here we pay like $8 for a shot of wheatgrass, and where you come from, it's considered a nuisance.
Well, it's whiskey instead of wheatgrass,
Right,
and we
80
pay
cents for a
$4 for a shot of whiskey instead of $8 for a shot of wheatgrass.
You guys are going to be at Brick by Brick in San Diego, which we're on in tomorrow night.
Two shows.
I hear. And then you'll be playing the fabulous K-Rock, Kevin and Bean Swingers Night thing out here on Thursday.
At the Derby.
Yes. So I'm going to try to go to that. But you guys are going to go up on stage at what time? Do you know?
Hey, man, you want to be on our guest list?
Yeah. Can you get me in?
I think I can get you in, man.
What time are you guys going to play?
We're
going
to be playing at 9:45.
All right.
You're done.
9:45 to.
You're not going.
Nope, I missed it.
9:45 to 11.
Well, I'll listen to the CD in the car.
Hey,
All
come
right. We'll play another song a little bit later on. We'll talk a little more about the CD, and we'll get to some questions. Jennifer, 20, you're on LoveLine with Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Hi. I have a question. The other evening, my boyfriend and I were having sex, and normally we will use a water-based lubricant, but instead we decided to use massage oil. And I was wondering if that would have an effect on the condom.
Anything that's petroleum-based can help the condom fall apart, and anything that says oil, I imagine, could be petroleum-based, so it's a concern.
Well, it's more of a natural massage oil. It's with they basically use extracts from plants and
Well, it's not petroleum then.
Have you ever tried Crisco?
No.
Would that work, Drew? Would that make a condom fall apart, vegetable oil?
Crisco would.
Crisco.
Or lard?
I don't know.
Why don't you look into that, Drew?
It's not petroleum. I mean,
I was using hemp oil one time, and it definitely did.
Really?
How much pot did you have to smoke to get that hemp oil?
No. This is hemp oil, and it's like put out by all the people trying to.
Wait, is this mic working
no,
right?
No, mic's not working.
Uh-oh.
I'm telling you, if you fry up a little bit of bacon, let the grease.
All right, Chris, please, you're being irresponsible.
Yeah.
Jennifer.
This show's funny enough without trying to be funny.
I'm supposed to be the irresponsible one here. First off, engineer Mike, we got to get Jay's mic on. Jay, say something to your mic again.
Howdy.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I just have to speak
hear
up?
Jay.
All right, so here's what I would do before I cut you off, Jennifer.
Okay.
Can you read the bottle?
Yes, I have it right here. Actually.
All right, does it say anything about any petroleum-based anything?
No, sunflower oil.
So it's sunflower. This is
avocado
a question
oil,
where these plant
beetroot
oils can
oil.
do it.
There's something nanoxynol 9.
Well, that's the spermicide. So it was obviously meant to be used for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's spermicide?
Yeah.
Doesn't that give you a rash?
Can.
Doesn't that make your penis sting sometimes?
Sometimes. Good, but he had a condom on.
All right.
Well, you know,
So it sounds like it was designed to be used with the condom. So there you
I
go.
never even realized that.
Yeah.
It was actually given to me as a Christmas gift, and we happened to just grab it the other night.
All right. Well, the baby Jesus is crying now, Jennifer. I hope you're happy. All right, listen, Jennifer, don't use it anymore. Play it safe. What the hell?
Well, use it, but don't use it on a condom. Just stay with the water base.
Okay. Now, Jay was talking about using hemp seed oil.
It tastes really nice.
But you said it made the condom fall apart.
I think it did.
You sure it wasn't your tremendous virility that made the condom explode?
Well, no, actually, I'm not sure, but.
But it tasted good.
Yeah, it tastes sort of chocolatey.
So does this
actually.
get in the subject of the mint flavored condoms that I see at the 7-Eleven?
You can't find those at the 7-Eleven, honey.
Where do you get the hemp seed oil?
Ooh, those folks that are making hemp clothes now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they have other products that are hemp products.
What does that taste like, though? I mean, hemp seed. Is it rich like a good mushroom?
It's oil, you know. It's,
Right.
It's and it's really, it's great, and it's cheap.
All right, so you'd have to talk to Woody Harrelson if you wanted to get hold of some of the hemp seed oil, apparently. I wish they sold it around here.
Was it his brother that was wearing the hemp pants on our show?
Yeah, the entire Harrelson family is all hemp growers, apparently. They're very into the hemp.
They're well known in the hemp fields.
Stacy, 28, you're on LoveLine.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey.
Stacy.
I called about 2 years ago, and I'm sure that you don't remember, but I had said that I didn't feel like I owned my sexuality. And now I feel like I do own my sexuality, but I'm embarrassed. It's not the sexuality I want. I define myself as a sex addict.
Why? What's happening?
I can't stop masturbating to.
And this is a new problem?
You know, it was only a problem when I tried to stop. I never really, until I tried to stop it, I didn't consider it a problem.
Well, the heroin's the same way, Stacy.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you good
Heroin
for?
is not the same way.
What are you good for a day?
No, it's not. It's not quantity. It's quality. It's the things that go on in my mind when I'm masturbating that bother me.
Which are what?
People tying me up, leaving me there, having. Yeah, you can do some gambling.
This is what you think about when you're masturbating.
Do you want to gamble?
Well, you know what? Anybody calls our show twice already, I'm gambling on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'd like to gamble.
Wait. What does that mean?
All right, listen, Stacy.
I'll tell you in a minute, Stacey.
Many women fantasize about bondage and rough trade, as it were. That does not sound so unusual.
Yeah, but Stacy sounds like they're really fantasies of true, genuine abuse. Is that right?
True, genuine abuse that.
I mean, they leave her places and they're doing really awful things to her.
Makes me think that the problem is I don't want to be doing it. I don't want to be doing this.
You're aware that there's something connected to that, some feeling state that's not so hot, not so good.
Yes.
What did you call us about a couple years ago?
I said that I didn't feel like I owned my own sexuality.
Was it the same problem then?
No.
Okay,
no,
let me just.
I didn't even know that this was going on. I didn't even consider this a problem before.
Let me toss out just a couple of quick observations, and that is, to me, sexual addiction usually occurs in the setting of alcoholism, biological setting of alcoholism, and it is progressive, continued preoccupation and behavior that creates mounting consequences and loss.
Right.
You're spending all your money, you're spending all your time, you're losing relationships, and yet you can't stop this compulsive behavior. That's a little of a different quality than what you're describing, which is where you're having sort of sexual preoccupations.
All right, but let's get a little history.
Okay.
All right.
Well, you want to bet or not?
Yeah, all right, let's gamble.
$5.
Stacy. No. hold on, Ken. Stacy, hold on a second.
What's that? Well, Dr. Drew isn't convinced I'm a sex addict, but
No, I'm not. But wait, but you were certainly having compulsive
I'm
issues.
confused.
Oh, hold on. Everyone just hold the phone for a second. Stacy, I'm putting you on hold. Open the yearbook and look back. Look back on your past and study it, all right?
All right.
All right. Now, we gamble on people's past on this show. And some call it cruel. I call it good radio. So everyone get $1 out. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to figure out what made Stacy the way she is today. What happened to her when she was a young girl? Last night, I'll have you know, we had Veruca Salt in here, and I won $4.
That's all I got.
Drew had quite a puss on. All right, that's all right. We're going
Excuse
to
me?
commercial. We can make change. All right. So let's all just concentrate on Stacy's past. We'll go to break. We'll get some change, and when we come back, we got a huge pot tonight. $5, biggest pot we've ever had on LoveLine. After this.
You're a bunch of sickos.
All right, LoveLine with the Squirrel Nut Zippers here. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. We have Jay, Ken, and Chris, all from the band that I mentioned. And the phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number, 310-854-4455. All right, when we left off, we were speaking to, who were we speaking to, Drew?
Stacy.
Stacy. All right. Stacy?
Hi.
You there?
Yes.
All right, I'm putting you back on hold.
All right.
All right. Now, Stacy's situation is, as an adult, she masturbates.
Maybe excessive. We haven't really established that.
She didn't say it was excessive.
No.
She
That's
thought
a big
it was.
question in my mind.
But it was the topic.
Do you want to clarify that?
Okay, let's clarify. Oh, it's going to turn to a 25-minute call.
I feel like I need to know. I mean, is it
Okay.
because you enjoy masturbation more than sex with someone else?
That's part of it too. Yeah, I tend to. Yeah.
Right. How many times do you masturbate a day, Stacy?
When
How many times a day?
it's usually not more than once. It's not
Okay.
excessive.
All right, that's fine. All right, we're putting you back on hold.
All right.
All right, that's all
Thank
we
you.
know.
That's
we
not
all,
obsessive.
That's
we-
not obsessive.
She
That's,
said that too.
That's just being good to yourself.
We all know the
she said
past.
it's not obsessive.
We all know the score. We all know as much as each other knows. All right, Jay, would you like to start?
I don't think that she should be embarrassed at all, and I think that she should allow.
No, not
fantasy.
we're not giving her advice.
All right, we're doing the gambling.
She feels as if
gambling.
it's
I
a
think
problem.
that in the past, maybe there was some disciplinary sort of
Physical abuse.
No,
Okay.
not abuse. Well, I guess that any sort of physical
Yes, is
stuff,
abuse.
spanking is abuse.
But
So-
it was appropriately for discipline purposes. It was.
Yes, that's what I think.
All right, Jay is going with over-disciplined on the
Physically,
physical
corporal
side.
punishment.
Yes.
As a child.
All right, Chris.
Okay,
Good
Chris, you're up.
I think she has discovered the forbidden fruit.
No. We're talking about what you think her childhood was like in the past.
Okay, he's lost his dollar.
All right, are you waving your dollar?
No, I'm not.
What
I'm
was her
certainly not
past?
waving my dollar. That dollar is worth a lot to me. It's worth almost $1.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, I feel like as a child, she probably enjoyed her relationship with her father too much, and it was
Incest, perhaps?
not incest.
Just
It was the
enmeshed.
implication.
Enmeshed.
Yeah, it was a
It
sexualized
was the
relationship.
feeling as if father is
Right.
sex,
Right,
and
right.
that's confusion,
Okay.
and that leads to
Okay.
masturbation.
We'll go with that. It's going to be a tough one to root out of Stacy, but we'll go with it. Ken.
I think that, first of all, I agree with Jay. She shouldn't feel embarrassed. And I think she was probably a really good kid that had very stern parents.
Howard
And she was
Stern
probably
parents.
emotionally neglected to some extent, whether it was because she was a good kid and people left her alone or
Emotional neglect.
Emotional
Right.
abuse. Okay.
All right, but nothing on the physical
But
side.
I think she's a perfectionist, and I think she's worrying too hard about half of the
All right.
battle to come to terms with this is recognizing that she has a problem, and she obviously does, or
Okay.
thinks she does.
But you're saying masturbation is a
All right,
problem?
now
or sex is a
hold
problem?
on. Listen,
No.
please. I don't
I'm
want to
saying
be.
that she called because she thinks she has a problem.
We must save the commentary for after the gambling, otherwise it will become too convoluted,
Right.
and we'll all forget where we're at. So let's just do a quick recap. Jay is going with over disciplined on the physical side. Chris went with. Her parents, she was in the circus.
Sexualized relationship with
Sexualized relationship with father. Ken has neglect, emotional
neglect.
emotional abuse.
Go.
I'm going with good old-fashioned alcoholism.
Oh.
Playing it safe.
All right. She
With her
was,
You always
parents
say
or
that.
Her parents are
Yeah,
alcohol.
she was sexually
father, and you're going with
she was
sexual
sexually
abuse.
but not in an probably a very wait. I'm gonna try to be as specific as possible.
Go ahead, please.
Probably for a relatively short period of time. Probably not by a family member or a neighbor or something.
Sexual abuse outside the family.
Yeah.
All right,
But you do mean physical,
Sexual
overt.
sexual abuse.
before the age of 10.
Not ogling. Groping. Stacy.
Okay, you guys are all going to take your own dollars back.
Wow.
We're all wrong.
No, you're almost all right, except for I wasn't really physically abused, and it was a family member,
It was a family member.
and perhaps more than one family member. I don't really have all my memories.
Really?
Do you feel like it was a overt physical thing, or was it a more of an implied?
Sexually abused. She was
It
raped.
was a physical thing.
He wins.
Raped as a child.
All right. Any alcoholism?
Yes.
Okay.
And she was emotionally abused too.
Well, please.
Well,
of course
obviously,
you're going to
if
be
you're physically
emotionally
abused-
abused.
She said
And
she
I
wasn't
was a
physically
really good
abused.
kid.
And you're a really good kid.
Thank you.
All right, so there was emotional abuse.
Are you a perfectionist?
Ken gets $1 back. There was
alcoholism.
There was alcoholism. I will take the $1. There was sexual abuse, and there's still $2 here, Stacey. I'm going to take an extra one because there's a lot of drinking going on.
on your part, sir?
There wasn't. Chris went with.
I think I lost.
Yeah, I think you lost, and Jay, you may have lost
Chris
as well.
went with the sex father thing.
Yeah.
And that's there too.
All right.
The
All right.
whole
And
enmeshment, and I'm not sure.
Now, here's the deal. You always have
what
some-
about over discipline? Any malicious spankings?
No, I don't remember any malicious spankings.
Here's the deal, Stacey.
Were you a young child?
We'll
the
leave
youngest
that in.
child?
What's that?
Are you the youngest child?
Yes.
Here's the deal, Stacey.
All right, I'm
I
giving
win
the last
all of the
dollar
money
to Ken
now.
for that.
What's that?
Stacey, you've had some recovery from this. What kind of treatment have you had?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, when I called you, I was just going into therapy,
So
and you're like, "Oh, this is going to take years."
Yeah.
You're gonna, blah,
Well,
blah, blah.
it is.
Yeah.
You're
it
into
sure
it,
is.
and you're now you're into it to the point that you can start to realize where you're having dysfunction as a result of that past.
Right.
And you still got to. I'm sure it's very painful and very tough to sort through all these feelings. And
Yes,
it's going
it
to take a
is.
lot of sorting out. Are you going to any Al-Anon or any kind of 12-step recovery also?
Yeah, actually, I'm in 12 steps for the whole sex thing.
Right.
Good.
For sexual compulsion, sexual
Yes.
addiction.
All right, Stacey,
A
you're
12-step program for sexual compulsion.
SA, sex
It's
act.
not,
Well,
so
yeah,
it's
there's
not
also
just
one for,
drugs or
There's
alcohol.
different sex groups that
Right.
they're called the S groups. Yeah.
Which one are you going to?
It's called Sex and Love Addicts. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I guess it's okay. 'Cause
Yeah. Well, you're not. Because you're anonymous, such as it is. We
Right,
don't know
okay.
who
Well,
you
so,
are.
but there's a lot of
Um,
people doing these. I mean, it's a group. It's
Oh, yes, it is.
in
I've
cities
met
around the country.
the
Oh, yeah.
best
You could
people
get
I've
help,
ever met
Chris.
in my life in those groups.
Stacey,
and yes, there are a bunch.
do they use the white? Do they use the white book?
It's a St. Augustine book.
It's like the white book, but the pages are stuck together. Stacey.
What's
All
that?
right, so listen,
excuse me?
You're on the road to recovery. You're doing everything you need to do. This is a big hurdle to get over. You come from a lot of trauma in the past, but you're doing what you need to do now as an adult. And obviously, these things are gonna manifest themselves in your fantasies and in your dreams sometimes. That's all right. I mean, that's
You know what?
natural.
And wait, I want to talk to you just a couple more minutes. Is that? Do you remember the guy we had here from Psychotica?
The man who cut his penis off?
Yes.
Yes.
That guy
Felt so
gave
good.
me renewed hope for recovery from severe abuse. I mean, he was so okay. I mean,
Right.
Remember him?
He was okay without having a penis.
He was okay with everything. He'd been through years of therapy, years of 12-step.
Been out on the streets since he
and
was
he
like
had been
15.
to the
and-
bowels of hell and back, and said, "You know what? I'm an okay guy now, and I don't regret anything or anywhere I've been because it got me where I am today. I'm okay."
Right.
And so, Stacey,
Massive denial.
You you can be okay. is
Yes.
The message.
All right. Adrian,
Yeah.
you're 18. You're on LoveLine.
Okay. Hi, how's it going? Check it out. I just turned 18, like, in November, and, like, my insurance, my father, I don't work or anything, and I'm covered under Blue Cross or something like that.
Yeah.
And, anyway, when I was about 17, I kind of, like, my doctor, I guess, like, told me to, like, do, like, breast self-exams or something.
Right. All the time.
I kind of found a lump.
And that's normal for 18-year-olds. You should have lots of little lumps that come and go.
What are those lumps?
They're cysts or fiber cysts. It's pretty much all women get them. Do you smoke cigarettes?
No, I don't.
Drink much coffee?
Nope.
Okay, that can contribute to them. Does it seem to be bigger or more tender or painful even around the time of your period?
Nuh-uh.
No.
It's like on my pectoral muscle even.
That's
it's like
right.
Not even in.
No, those are look. The overwhelming probability is that is a cyst. They're very common in your age group.
All right. But what should she do?
Have the doctor check it. You're a little bit young to be getting mammograms. Is there a family history of breast cancer?
Well, the thing is, I live in a part of town that a long time ago it was like contaminated with like some carcinogenic chemical. The water was contaminated with BCE or something like that. And my aunt, she got ovarian cancer when she was 15, and
Wow.
they had to remove one of her ovaries. And I'm just thinking, is there like any connection between ovarian and?
I'm not going to say no for sure. There's a connection between ovarian and colon, but this is not a genetic connection you're talking about. You're wondering if there's any kind of toxin that can create both kinds of cancer, and that's a very complex question. I doubt it, but go get it checked out. It's probably going to end up being a cyst. I almost for sure. Okay.
Okay, wait.
Very rare to see a breast cancer in your
Wait,
age group.
there's two other things. The lead singer in Garbage is named Shirley Manson.
Yeah.
And, okay, in case you didn't already know that, because I heard you guys talking about it. And,
Well, we had her on the show, Adrian.
right, okay, sorry.
Okay.
No, but you guys were, like, debating her name a couple nights ago.
No, what she was. No, we
All
were
right,
debating
get-
what she said.
Get to your next question.
All right. Not my next question. I just wanted to say, you're talking about being on the radio, or listening to the radio earlier, talking about the morning after pill.
Yeah.
That's not what they were talking about. They said that the FDA just approved that taking many birth control pills after having sex can act as a morning after pill.
Correct. That is the morning after pill.
You mean taking a whole bunch of birth control
It's
pills?
not a whole bunch. You take two Overall a day
Oh.
or 4 low Overall
Oh.
for 3 days. Just
truckload.
listen,
Oh.
listen to us real carefully.
I'm
when we're
hoping
talking.
cancer sets in at this point.
No.
Watch it, buddy.
All right.
Watch
hey,
it, buddy.
Mike, do you have the Shirley from Garbage?
Surely you're not serious.
Listen to this and tell me.
Her name's not Shirley.
Tell me what this name sounds like.
It's going to be a few minutes here.
Okay.
Surely you're not serious.
All right, Chris.
Yes,
You're
sir.
getting a stern talking to during the commercial. When we come back, and by the way, this gambling thing is not over with because
I can't believe
we
you're
broke even.
This
so
is extraordinary. Wait a minute. You got to
Gambling on people's
give these
sexuality.
guys a little bit of break. A little bit of
yeah, everyone was real sharp.
Everybody was right on this.
Except for Jay.
Jay is the most astute member of our group.
He really is.
Everyone in the wide world knows.
He has a
All
high school
multi-million.
education, for God's
Right.
sakes.
He's got a
Well,
diploma in
yeah.
sensuality, sexuality, and human relations.
Book can only teach you so much. All
That's
right.
right.
All right, everyone be quiet. Let's listen now. Shirley says her name.
Hi, this is Shirley and Steve from Garbage, and you're listening to LoveLine.
She was obviously abused.
Charlene. Yes. History of alcoholism.
Are we
All
taking
right.
a bet on that too?
When we come back, more Squirrel Nut Zippers, more gambling, more me, more you, and more Drew.
Here's LoveLine before deworming. Here's LoveLine after getting fixed. Here's LoveLine chewing out its stitches. Here's LoveLine dragging its butt across the carpet. Bad LoveLine. Bad LoveLine.
LoveLine has been bad, and we'll be right back.
I hate this. I hate this. Hi, this is Shirley.
And this is Steve. We're from Garbage, and you're listening to LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, Engineer Mike, find Donna D'Erico just for kicks, because she had a few drinks up here one night, and it came out kind of funny.
You don't have to deal from the breeders, dude.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is Chris's mic on?
No, because they want you to go to break. so.
Okay, we'll answer that, Chris, right after this 10-second break.
This is LoveLine on
Radio Station.
All right, more LoveLine with the Squirrel Nut Zippers. That would be Jay, Chris, and Ken. And yes, still money on the table. Remnants of our last gambling call. Everyone broke even except for poor Ken.
That was Jay,
poor
actually.
Jay. Ken came out on top. All right, so 1-800-LOVE-191 is the phone number. 310-854-4455 is the fax number. Engineer Mike, do you have that Donna D'Erico thing?
And this is Donna D'Erico from Baywatch.
Wow. That really rocks my world.
Love a woman who drinks. Hey, let me tell you. If
Why
you're-
do you say she drinks like that?
Well, because I sat here and watched her polish off a bottle of Chardonnay, and then the top came off.
And this is Donna D'Erico from Baywatch.
And I'll tell you, it was the greatest night.
So is she digging her career, being drunk?
Well, listen, many people have themselves a glass of wine or two at this hour, and this was no different than any other night, apparently. We've had her on the television show. She was completely sober, and the top remained on, by the way.
Hi, this
And she was on her guard, too. She was able to...
Yes, she was
defend
making
herself.
up for it.
Yes.
She drew up the
But don't get me wrong.
bridge.
We love her. She came on here. She was
Right.
a wide open book, and the blouse was wide open as well, and we enjoyed that. All right.
This is Donna D'Erico.
I'm telling you, just got a little wood there, Chris. Johanna, 18. You're on LoveLine with the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Hi, Adam. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hey,
Joanna.
I was just wondering how the Squirrel Nut Zippers define their style. I mean, you guys sound like 1920s songs sometimes, and then
I don't know.
We describe it as hot music.
Hot music?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's pop music. It just we play with funny instruments.
Hot music with a punk rock drummer.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy. I love that video.
Well, thanks.
Did you guys listen to like old songs when you were growing up?
I didn't start. A lot of the band members have listened to jazz and 20s and 30s swing for their entire lives. I kind of came in late.
Is there a particular band that you guys relate to? I mean, a swing band?
We
old
take
band?
a lot of
The
elements
Breeders.
of a lot of different bands.
No, but nobody
Django
particular.
Reinhardt's guitar playing, Cab Calloway's delivery as a vocalist is awesome. Fats Waller's melodies and his lyrics were fantastic.
But I
Even
mean, I
Cole
think
Porter and the Beatles and
I mean, the Breeders is my all-time favorite band.
Brand
Brand of music.
Have you ever heard of the Breeders?
Fifth Philip, and
You guys are wonderful.
well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much.
Are you guys coming to Santa Barbara anytime soon?
We're there right now.
We're there right now. Do you have any questions about sex or?
Nope, no problem. I love the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Well, good. We're glad you don't have any problems with your sex life, and that's great because that's happiness.
All right, and will you guys be touring after the present stuff here? Obviously, you will. Are you going to get by Santa Barbara?
We will
Probably
be in
not for about 6 months, I would imagine.
Correct.
When the
It'll
new
be a
album
little
comes
while.
out.
We've got
Sorry.
several other major markets to hit, and we're very busy right now. But we love the West Coast, and we can't wait to come back. And Santa Barbara is someplace we have not hit yet.
Very nice town.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful town.
Beautiful town. Beautiful stoned, sandal-wearing, free-loving college students are running all over the place.
Careful.
Marla, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Okay, hello?
Hello.
All right, my problem is I've had very, very, very large breasts since I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And either people love them or they hate them. And my problem is I just want, they sag a lot and they really hurt. And I don't want them to get a reduce. I just want them to be more firm. And, is there an operation or, anything?
You got to learn to walk on your hands.
There are ways to sort of pull them up, support them.
Is there physical exercise stuff that you can do for that stuff?
Really
It's
not. Not that's going to work.
But it'd be fun to watch.
But it is an operation. It's just not an extensive operation like the reduction would be.
Oh, okay.
So you could look into that.
I mean, I like my breasts. I don't want to change them.
Yeah, I mean, if they start, there are ways to sort of bring
What?
them back up again a little bit.
By doing what?
I don't know what the exact procedure is. Again,
Well, what about strengthening the pectoral muscles?
then you'll have strong pectoral muscles beneath breasts that you'll never see.
All right, the firming up of those of that muscle group will not lift the breasts in any way.
No.
Okay.
How about them jogging bras?
Yeah. What about? Do you wear a good bra, Marla?
Yeah, but then they have, really hard shoulder straps and my arm.
What about
You
putting
get
a little bit
pain
of
from
foam
that.
rubber underneath them?
Well, that's one of the reasons that people go ahead and get the reduction done. Is that
What
they-
about taking
the
like a
broad-
cot mattress and putting it on your back before you put the bra on?
Well,
Hey, that's a really
sort
cheap
of
shot.
cantilever setup,
How
suspension
about
bridge.
a short man walking
All right.
underneath you?
Yeah, two bald
Supporting-
men underneath you where you can rest them on their head.
Hey, that's a cheap shot, buddy.
All right. Well, Marla's 18. I can't imagine the effects of gravity have sunk in too much by the tender age of 18, but she's worried about down the road. And I talked to Dr. Marcel about this, the
Don't
swarmy.
jog.
He is Dr. Drew's swarmy plastic surgeon buddy. And let me tell you the difference between a regular physician and a plastic surgeon.
Surgeon?
Surgeon. All right. Hey, shut his mic off, please. All right. A moratorium on Chris's mic for a minute and a half. All right. Here's the situation. Dr. Drew has the glasses. He drives the Volvo. He listens to opera. This guy drives like a convertible Monte Carlo. He has a big gold rope chain bracelet and a big nugget watch. He really he really looks like more of a pimp than he does a physician. And this is the difference between the two. Drew, you never like to admit this about Marcel, who I love dearly.
We'll have him come up here and defend himself.
Yes. All right. Mic's still off? Good. All right. Allie, 17. Okay, you can turn his mic on now.
Hi.
Okay.
I've got a small problem, I guess. Well, it's a little bit bigger than small, but nonetheless, I have a problem. I graduated last year, so I graduated 2 years ahead of me, and I started dating a guy who was 25, and things, were going great. Everything was great, and then about a month ago, I found out I'd have to move to Texas to go to school there. And I'm, really freaked out because he won't have sex with me anymore.
Because he's preparing for your departure, or what?
I don't know. I mean, it's not for, a month and a half now. And, he's
You'd
like,
think he'd be trying to squeeze all the sex out of that little 17-year-old body he could before you got on that plane.
well, he's moving with me.
Oh, he is?
He is.
Well, what the hell is that? Where is he, Allie?
He's out at work right now, but
Uh-huh. And Arby's is open 24 hours now, apparently. Allie, what does this guy do for a living?
he's in the Navy.
Okay. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. What's he do in the Navy?
I don't know. I know he's a pilot, but that's all I know.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
it's
He's a
not
pilot,
not a
huh?
bad gig if you're going to be in the Navy.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean-
and he is being relocated through the Navy?
Yeah, he asked for a relocation to follow me to school.
Okay. And you'll both be living together, you at 17, he at 25.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little bit weird. Don't you guys think, do you guys think 17 and 25 is a little weird? I mean, do you think it's
Has
a
she
little bit young?
finished high school?
2 years
yeah,
early, though.
She graduated early.
Oh, okay.
And now she's going to finish her, or pursue her education in Texas.
Well, I've already got a 2-year degree. I'm a registered nurse.
Wow.
So it's like I see guys that are 17 and my age with their skateboards and, the sagging pants, and I'm like, grow up.
Right.
But, I mean,
is this guy a father figure to you at all?
no, not at all.
I mean,
It's like really weird.
This
Because
is an eternal question. What do you do with kids that are advanced academically and even socially, and who get they're 14 and in college?
This is a Doogie Howser syndrome.
Do
Drew.
people progress sexually the same way they do psychologically?
No.
No, they don't.
No.
If you're psychologically maybe you're advanced beyond your peers, does that mean you're sexually?
I think it
advanced
actually
beyond?
retards the sexual process. It really does.
Hey, now.
No, it does. Seriously, you see
Don't
all
let
those
him
kids.
insult you that way, ma'am.
He's 15. He's going for his PhD. He's at Rutgers, and he can't find his penis with a slide rule.
Oh,
I've seen the story many a time.
All right, but
it's
Allie,
a tragic
but
one.
Allie, but you are you clearly have a lot of.
Well, my problem is like he gave me these excuses on why.
And what what have the excuses been?
Like, one of them, he's like, you're getting too skinny. And he's like, that's why my parents are having me get away to college.
Why?
Because they think I'm too thin.
Do you have an eating disorder?
Well, some people have said that, but I don't believe it.
How do you guys get along personally, besides the sex?
Great. I mean,
Well, your history is sort of a setup. It wouldn't be surprising if you had an eating disorder given your history.
Well,
and the profession
yeah.
you've chosen too, for that matter. I mean, this
they
people.
put me on this medication, and they said,
What medicine?
oh, you have this eating disorder and you need to fix it. And
Allie, you're an RN,
Yeah,
and you've been seen by a physician and diagnosed with an eating disorder.
I know. But
All right, you
By the
have
way,
an
you
eating
have an
disorder.
eating disorder. You better come to grips with that. I mean, do you understand what the fatality rate of eating disorders are?
No.
About 20%. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's and are you seeing a psychiatrist now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like once a month or something.
All right, maybe you ought to see somebody more frequently, because the dynamic stuff that goes along with being such an overachiever, being a people pleaser, being a caretaker, being a nurse, having an eating disorder, pretty complex.
Interesting profile you're putting together here, Drew.
Yeah.
Allie.
It's amazing the way you're able to do this, by the way.
He's. He is amazing.
Creating characters that I didn't know.
Well, and
or fleshing out characters that I didn't know.
And Drew does not pre-screen these calls. He's not thumbing through some atlas. He doesn't have a bunch of
Are you
snot-nosed interns running around in the back feeding him answers. This is all experience because he's a real doctor, not the goddamn love doctor with the 3 inches worth of nails and 5 facelifts. He is just an MD.
Power to the people, straight up.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, here's the problem. He said all this crap, and, I told him, I was like, look, once I get down to 98, I'll quit,
Yeah, so this is the
All
deal.
right.
So
You
that's
have
the
a
deal.
serious eating disorder.
Yeah, I mean, he's freaking
scared he's
out.
going to break you.
Right, he's freaking out because your eating disorder is out of control, and God knows what other chaos you're injecting into the relationship. Allie, God, it's a complex situation. Obviously, this guy cares about you a great deal. He's gonna relocate his life to where you live. I hope he has a decent relationship with your parents, because there are some sort of quasi-legal issues here that could be brought forward.
Well,
you might be
she
freaking
has
out
that
about
degree.
that too. But get in some more dynamic therapy. Just don't see the psychiatrist once a month. Talk to that psychiatrist about a referral for a therapist. If you really want this relationship to work out, maybe get a couples therapist.
And
also.
the frequency of sex is not
That's not the
issue
issue.
at all
Yeah,
here.
not at all.
Absolutely not even close. She has an eating disorder.
And we're not talking about.
And frankly, the eating disorder is really not the issue
What?
either. That's an issue in terms of the medical part of this. I mean, it's a very serious issue, and certainly she could be treated as that primarily. But there's even more than that going on.
All right, it's the way it manifests, the trouble manifests.
And we're not
itself,
talking
Chris.
about the geographical relocation.
No,
that's not a part of the problem.
No.
So what exactly are we getting to here?
She has some serious difficulties that are manifesting themselves in an eating disorder, and
But let's
that's
put it
what
this
everyone
way.
is
It's
reacting
it's
to.
the family of origin stuff. I mean, look how her family is dealing with her eating disorder. We'll send her to Texas.
But so sexual
That'll be it. We'll
sexual
deal with it.
frustration is a symptom, not a source. You're
Nothing.
saying.
It's what people people would rather. People call us and would rather have it be that kind of problem. That's
Right.
easier.
Absolutely. And when we asked her if she had an eating disorder, she brushed it off initially. Mark, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Yeah, I got a question. I've been dating this girl for a little while, and we talked about sex and stuff, and we both decided that we wanted to have sex. And I was fine. I mean, I got it up and everything until we laid down and we're just about to do it, and then it just went soft.
You were nervous.
This was the This was the first time with that girl.
Yeah, well, first time, period.
Ever.
First time ever.
No,
Boy, that's a nerve-wracking experience. You have to be really drunk to really do it. The first time.
She's never done it either, so I mean, it made it harder because she was so tight,
Right.
And I mean, I tried everything. I was like, well, maybe more foreplay. I mean, I even got down to handcuffs.
Maybe he had your phallus.
Well, my
That's
phallus.
a fallacy. That's a total fallacy.
My phallus was someone else's phallus.
Well, maybe.
Oh, I see. He may have inherited my phallus. Yes, this
So it's a
happened.
fallacy.
This happened to me. Okay.
It's a fallacy.
All right, Chris Punmaster. This happened to me one time where I could not achieve an erection, and it felt
From the beginning. It wasn't like.
Yeah, it never was happening.
Right.
And I described it as the feeling of.
So it was a fallacy.
Engineer Mike, shut Chris's mic off, please. Yes, thank you. I described it as having someone else's penis. I no longer had my own penis. I could not feel my penis. It was someone else's penis, and they'd fallen off a tuna boat in the Arctic Circle. All right.
Well, I mean, it was up, but it wasn't hard enough to penetrate her.
Right. All right, this is all right.
Is there anything I can do?
No, just don't concentrate on that.
Yes, there is something you can do. Don't worry about this. I had read somewhere.
Happens all the time.
I had read
Mark.
somewhere that more men than not experience this the first time out of the blocks.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Hey,
that it's more common for men, more than 50% of men. I don't know if this is accurate data or not, but I'd read this in one source. Experience this. We have our expert locally here on the height report. Did you read anything about this in the height data?
Jay?
No.
Oh, no.
But I mean, it doesn't
That's
seem
good
like
radio.
It just seems like don't worry about it. I mean, let's do what we
Here's-
need to do to be healthy sexually
Yes.
and interpersonally, but don't overworry yourself and
Or it'll
create
happen
more
again.
stress.
Here's
Or will
what
happen
happens.
again.
Yes, guys have difficulty, and then instead of
Is my
brushing it
microphone on
off,
now?
It's
yes,
on. We got you.
temporarily it is on. But the clock is always ticking. Here's what happens. They have difficulty with it initially, and then it gets to them, and they become like a batter in a slump. They get up, they struck out last time at the plate, and now they're up there, and they're overanalyzing everything. They're changing the stance.
They're trying to bat 300. You know what I'm saying?
Shut the mic off. All right. Jason, 21, you have a question for what's left of the band?
Huh?
You have a question for Jay and Ken?
Hey, I'm calling from San Diego. I'm gonna go see you guys tomorrow night.
All right.
Hey, you guys rule. I was wondering, do you have any other albums out besides the Inevitable one and Hot?
We've recorded a third one, but it's not going to probably come out until September or October.
Really?
In the fall, right.
We're very excited about it. We did it ourselves. Ken Mosier actually in the studio here is one of the men responsible for really inspiring the band to
We did
buy
it
our
in
own
my
recording,
house.
buy our own recording gear, record it ourselves in the country in North Carolina. Due to the commercial success of the second record, we're gonna have to wait a while till it comes out, but please wait for it because we're really excited about it.
Yeah,
and
you guys
it's
are
great.
awesome. Me and my girlfriend, we're gonna go see you guys tomorrow. How could we meet you? I want to take pictures.
Just come on up and say hey to Ken. I'll be around.
Really?
Yeah.
Say-
What show are you coming to? Do you know?
The 8 o'clock one.
Is that early or that's an early one?
Just come up and say, hey, we heard you on that sex show.
Right.
That dirty sex show.
Right.
Okay.
All
and
right.
then strike the red-haired tall drummer in the head with a bat.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
All
All
right.
right. If I bring my camera, can I take some pictures?
Yeah.
The
Okay,
naked
cool.
photos.
Thanks, man.
All right, thanks. You guys rule.
Bring a empty Jägermeister bottle so you can throw it at Chris. I dodged one when I was did it on stage in Minneapolis once, and it reminded me of that. Sean, 18.
Hey, how's it going?
So hurtful.
So hurtful.
Good.
Okay. For the past 2 months, I've been attracted to women that are older than me. And, like, they're ranging from mid-20s to their early 30s, right? And there's this one girl, woman that I like right now, and I work with her part-time on the weekends, and and I think about her a lot, and I don't know if, and I want to get to know her really well, and
Sean?
Yeah?
Let me ask you a couple of probing questions.
All right.
Before you go into your usual litany, have you had other relationships with women?
No, I haven't had a girlfriend in my life.
Uh-huh. Do you...
How old are you?
18.
Do you eat a lot of yogurt?
No, I haven't eaten yogurt in, like, nearly 5 years.
How about tofu?
Tofu?
Are you people speaking in
Oriental, but I
metaphors?
haven't eaten tofu in a while.
No. Okay. How about your consumption of diet soda?
I hate diet soda.
Hate diet soda. Okay. Do you have more than one cat?
My sister has like 3 cats, but
Any stuffed animals on the bed?
no.
No. Do you ever wear?
What are you getting at?
Well, you stay with
Wait
me
on
here.
it,
We're
wait
gonna
on
we're
it.
gonna we're gonna
Wait for
we're gonna
it.
get to the truth here. You ever wear a mock turtleneck sweater, a dickie?
No.
Stereotyping.
Do you have a squeegee in the shower to clean off the lucite
You
door?
are stereotyping, my
No.
man.
No.
No.
You are making an implication.
All right, and final question: is the behymen still intact?
What do you mean?
A woman has a hymen, a man has a behymen. Is that still there?
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay. Have you ever had relations with a man?
No.
Do you care to?
No.
All right.
Priest?
What?
But you've never had you've never had relations with a woman either.
Or a priest.
I've never gone out with a woman, but I
All right.
I have a lot of friends that are like girls.
Now, we're going to try to all the giggly stuff aside here,
Go ahead,
so
Drew.
we don't get deluged with mail here, Adam. Apologize to any sensibilities. We might
Oh,
have-
shut up. Go ahead.
What's up with you haven't ever had a girlfriend?
I mean, I'm a really shy person.
Why do you think that is?
I've been like that the rest of my life.
Why?
The rest of your life from...
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Get ready with that mic, engineer Mike.
I don't know. I'm always a shy person.
It's
I
because...
can get along with people, yeah, but...
So it's because you couldn't meet women?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you find them sexually arousing?
Not everyone, but like, if they're really if I get really attracted to them.
And what does that mean?
When you're attracted to them, does it make you nervous to the point where you can't really express yourself properly?
Huh? Yeah, if I'm really attracted to them, I'm very nervous to talk to them.
What is the feeling that comes with that?
I'm like, I always think what I should say before I want to talk to them.
But what is the feeling?
I don't want to say anything stupid to like.
But what is
I
the
hate
feeling attached to that? What if they like you? What is the feeling that goes along with that?
What?
What if they really like you? You go up there and you talk to them, and they end up really liking you. How would that make you feel?
If I like them and they've liked me, I maybe feel a little bit. I've never had that happen to me before, but I personally wouldn't know because I haven't had that.
But how do you think that make you feel?
Maybe a little bit nervous because I've never had a relationship with, like a loving relationship.
Go a little more into that with me. Nervous in what way?
Nervous, like, oh my gosh.
Like panicky.
Like, huh?
Like overwhelmed?
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm. You never think about men.
No.
Hey.
I'm just curious.
Come on.
We all think about men on occasion.
I think you're a beautiful man. I think you'd
Well, pretty
probably be a
much-
great
now, wait a
kisser,
minute.
but
The fact is
going on between us.
Well, pretty much everybody.
Obviously.
Well, now, again, according to statistics, most, if not all, men have some same-sex feelings as they're developing, and some more so than others, and some actually experiment with it more than others. And
all right, I am done trying to get blood from a turnip. Here's what I will say about Sean. He's only 18. He's shy. That does not mean he's gay. We tried our best to extract the gayness from him. We came up bone dry.
What,
Sean,
is that a metaphor?
Sean,
I thought he was the expert.
Sean likes. Oh no, I am a self-professed expert on everything. Yes.
Okay.
Sean is a shy guy who's getting a late start in his sexuality. That is all. Why he likes older women? Perhaps they remind him of his mother,
which is suspect.
But
you
got to
remember that he's so nervous, and yet when we ask him what would happen if he actually had a connection with a woman, ooh, that would be overwhelming too.
All right. Well, let's not plant any seeds and fertilize them. Let Sean discover his sexuality on his own
by
time.
the way, don't you think that older women don't get as nervous as younger women? So maybe he responds to the less nervous older woman.
But by the way, I was not even getting at what his sexual orientation was.
You weren't.
I was just exploring what his feelings were.
Well,
about women,
I'd like to see you when you were getting at someone's sexual orientation. Thank you,
Hey,
Drew.
keep your pants on.
When we come back, more Squirrel Nut Zippers, more you, more Drew, and we'll hear something else off of the Hot CD.
Ernie, the world's fastest drummer for LoveLine.
Hi, when I'm not drumming, up a storm.
What was the rest of it? LoveLine will be right back. If it's not, sue me or something.
Yes, I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. This is LoveLine. They are Squirrel Nut Zippers. That would be Jay, Chris, and Ken. Tomorrow night is Pavement. And phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Yes?
Pavement is going to be on this show?
Tomorrow night.
Wow, I love Pavement.
You do?
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
Well, they'll be here tomorrow night. You guys, you can fly back from San Diego and catch them if you like.
We'll fly back in our winged chariot.
Speaking of San Diego, they will be at Brick by Brick for 2 shows tomorrow night. But that is tomorrow night, isn't it?
That sure is.
But they're sold out, I hear.
I do believe
Most shows do sell out.
That's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
C'est bon.
Yeah, so it
we
sounds
usually play
kinda
in
cool.
7-Eleven, so they sell out very quickly.
Right.
Only about 50 or 60 people.
There's
Small halls.
A rush
sell
on
out pretty
lotto tickets or something, and the place is sold out before you know it.
Bada bing.
All right. Hot is the name of the CD. Got My Own Gig.
Got my own
thing.
Sorry.
Got My Own Gig is more of one of those things that some of the frog fishermen sing. Got my own frog gigging device.
Right. Engineer Mike, shut Chris's mic off, please. And we'll hear Got My Own Thing off of Hot.
Shy, something came along, caught my eye. When I heard the jazz band strike up, swear I had my mind made up. Now I'm getting older, and everything is in full swing. Now I'm getting bolder, boy, gotta do that thing. Used to walk alone with the rest, got something on my own. Oh, baby, you got a little something, darling, you got a little something new, find a little something new. Broke away somehow. That's why I'm swinging it. Got my own thing now. Children, put away your toys, all your little children's games. Let the jazz band make some noise. Step up, ladies, and watch out, boys. Mirror on the wall, who's a hot band in the hall? Let everybody sing. Boy, you gotta do that thing. Used to walk alone with the rest. Got something on my own. Oh, baby, you got a little something. something new. Got a little something new. Broken whistle. Everybody say so. So I'm swinging it. Shoop up, shoop up, shoop up, shoop up, shoot up.
Yes, got my own thing. Off of Hot from Squirrel Nut Zippers. Yes, it is, to answer your question, it's like you going to The Simpsons and then being a character on The Simpsons. So it's sort of surreal. We're just talking about the lineage of the LoveLine show. And for those of you who don't know it, LoveLine was here in Los Angeles on the mother station, KROQ, for many, many years before it went national. And I, growing up in the suburban splendor of North Hollywood, listened to many, many a night of Dr. Drew on the radio. And so it's a bit surreal to be sitting next to him and co-hosting the show, and sort of an honor and also a pain in the ass at the same time. Sarah, 18, you're on LoveLine.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay.
What a lovely voice. Everyone get your money back out. There's some gambling going on this call.
Okay. I'm sexually attracted to really geeky guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get good-looking guys. I mean, I'm a pretty girl, but I'm just sexually attracted to kind of dorky ones.
Right on. Power to the people. Do what you need to do.
Yet.
What's wrong with that?
It's embarrassing because you can't bring them out in public with you.
Why?
Well, I mean, you can.
Be
but
strong. Be brave.
Be
Come on.
brave. It's hard.
Well,
Most people in bands are geeks to start out with.
Right, then they get cool later on. Hey, Sarah.
They're dead.
And then they die. Sarah.
Yeah.
Are you in high school now?
I graduated halfway through. I graduated early.
Uh-huh. What do you do now?
I work.
You do? Where do you work?
I do. Well, I don't want to say what I do because it's a really small town I live in, but
You push
I work with
cuticles
art.
back, don't
I
you?
work with art.
You work with art?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
In a gallery.
Uh-huh. And what do you care now that you're out of this environment? You know what I mean?
I mean, people. Yeah, but it looks weird when you see
Yeah, but
if you see a
you're
pretty girl
an
out
adult and you're out working and you're out in society. I mean, when you're in school, everyone knows what everyone else is up to, and everyone knows who the school geek is and who the prom queen is and who the football star is.
Ken was the prom queen.
Oh, I bet.
I was. Hold on, cover the goatee. Let me have a look at you.
Oh.
Yes.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
So the point is everyone knows your business. But when you're out of high school, I mean, who really knows or who really cares?
Let me ask a question though. I mean, well,
you still go out and you still go party, and these are. I mean, if there's,
right.
it's embarrassing, you
Sarah?
know. Okay, do you go out with
Hold
your
on,
close friends
hold
when
on,
you go out,
hold
or
on a
do you go out
second,
with
Sarah.
your friends?
Sarah, I'm deeming this a non-question.
You're fine.
You're fine. This, come on, I don't have
You're
time
fired.
to waste on this.
It's other people that have a problem, not Tara.
Yes, there's people with ulcers and cramps
but I mean
that
the
need to be
fact
talked to.
that other people who judge her for who she hangs out with, they have the problem, not Sarah. In fact, the instinct to go out with dorky guys, healthy.
Yes, and listen, dorky guys have huge penises. I
Just like
figured
you.
this out. Oh, really? No.
Really,
I don't.
man.
I hate to say it, but I don't. But I have a theory about dorky guys and huge penises. The dorkiest guy I know, his name is Zeb. He has a huge penis.
Is he a DJ?
No. He doesn't really have a job. But the point
Andy
is...
Dick was kind of a dorky guy, isn't he?
Yes, Andy Dick from News Radio. Bit of a dorky guy. Big schwanz. I know. How do I know? He showed it to me when he was on the television show.
That's great.
That's ratings.
That's good. So positive.
Rick,
Hi.
you're 14.
Yeah, I was wondering about like the differences between the effects of Ritalin and Dianylin in treating like attention deficit disorder.
I'm not really familiar with Dianylin. Is it another amphetamine?
I'm not sure. It's just something my friend switched over to.
Well, I know that these days they're using a lot of different stimulants for the treatment. They're using Siler and they're using, even sometimes the Desoxyn and the stronger forms of amphetamine. I can't tell you specifically what the difference is between Ritalin and Dianylin. I suspect they are analogs of one another, that Dianylin is some sort of a congener of Ritalin. It's just different ways of trying to affect the pharmacology of the stimulant on the brain. if he has attention deficit disorder, he should be benefited from these stimulants. And probably what they're trying to do is find one with the least potential for side effects for him.
It's kind of, yes, we will get into some more gambling before the show's out. Drew, look for some gambling calls. The boys are, they have, the blood is running hot with the gambling fever. And isn't it kind of strange that they treat attention deficit disorder with a speed?
Yeah, it's very strange, but it works that way. Nobody knows. I'm sure there are theories out there. I don't know for sure what the exact biology is, but why kids who are hyperactive and have difficulty focusing are improved by stimulants.
Yes. You'd think it'd only make matters
No,
worse.
it makes them better.
Neil, 21.
Hi. I kind of have a weird problem. During sex, like regular sex, I can't stay hard, but like in order for me to stay hard, I have to get like really beaten on, like strangled or beaten.
Okay.
I remember
So
one
this
girl-
is irregular sex.
This is a gambling call.
You're feeling like there's regular sex and irregular sex.
Yeah,
and
like-
one type stimulates you and one does not.
Yeah, I used to be able to stay hard during like just sex, like you take someone home, you have sex with them.
Right.
Men or women, please?
Either.
Okay.
Right.
Conventional sex.
Yeah, but now I have to get them to like wrap a rope around my throat and like strangle me during
Right.
sex, or
Wow.
like one girl bent my finger backwards and almost broke it. And
Ow. Doesn't that hurt?
What?
Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah.
What'd you do? Slide back real fast on the bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like they have to some of them like use like a bullwhip on me or whatever.
Okay. Ken, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
And stay away from anything sharp. We got to go to a break. We're going to do some gambling on this call.
Okay.
The boys have the money out. I believe I had $1 anteed up already.
I've got a bullwhip.
And we will get to some serious gambling on your behalf, Ken, after this.
LoveLine will be right back. LoveLine will be right back after we kill the singer.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, more LoveLine with the Squirrel Nut Zippers here. Jay,
Hello.
Chris, and Ken, and Dr. Drew. Now, when we left off, we usually only gamble once a night, but the first one was sort of a push, and it was like kissing your sister, actually. No excitement there in the first one. So, who are we talking to, Steve?
I think it's
No.
pretty exciting to kiss
We're
your
talking to
sister.
Neil. All right, well, from North Carolina. When
West
we
Virginia.
when we left off, we were talking to Neil. Now, Neil could only get a full erection, or at least a good erection, if he was having some rough sex, nooses, whips,
More than rough, like abusive,
dangerous.
masochistic, dangerous
Abusive.
stuff. Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
Absolutely.
Right. Oh, absolutely. You can push it too far, and you don't really know it because you got the adrenaline and the boner and
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
yes, happens all the time. And
It's very popular in the press.
Yeah, and the poor parents have to find Junior with the pants around the ankles hanging in the bathroom. And what do you tell the neighbors? How'd he go? Well, he was
tripped
whacking off, and the noose caught him around the jugular. And okay, so who should we start with? Jay? Jay, would you like to start again?
I don't know. I think I need to hear
Okay.
some more from him.
Fine, good enough. Ken, you were the big money winner last time.
He's sexually abused as a young child by a male.
By a male. Which, in the family?
Not in the family.
Not in the family.
Not in the
Anything
family.
else?
All right.
Because that's actually my deal too. So we got to get more
He
specific.
might have chemical alcohol problems.
All right. In his family and himself, or
In himself,
Okay.
probably. Maybe in his family.
All right.
All right.
You are good.
Chris?
Ken is a psychologist, after all.
No,
Should be.
I'm a sex criminal.
Well, there you go. He's very versed in the subjects we're speaking about.
Chris?
Well, I would have to say that he's an alcoholic and he's very self-destructive. And,
All right.
Okay.
Alcoholic, self-destructive. But
I don't think that gives historical background.
We're not talking about the present. We're talking about the
why.
past.
We're
yes.
talking about the why.
Yes.
I I think it has something to do with sheep.
Okay.
Take his dollar away from him. He forfeited.
No, but let's just go with something. I don't know. Go with chemically imbalanced or something.
No, chemically imbalanced. That's
all right.
Everyone says
You
here,
pass.
let's go.
We'll get
no,
back.
Let me give you this.
This is Chris. He was dressed as a woman by his mother.
All right, Chris.
I think he's struggling with his sexuality, and he's very feeling oppressed by his dueling sexualities.
All right. It's not a pass problem, but we'll take it just for the sake of radio and moving on. Jay.
I'll go with the bluff. I think he's bluffing.
Oh, he's bluffing.
He's bluffing.
Oh,
right.
Well, there's a wild card answer.
Poker.
All right, I will go with physical abuse, non-sexual, though, just physical abuse.
Okay. I will go for sexual abuse by a male before the age of 10 and physical abuse by family members.
Oh, that is the royal flush of abuse. Okay. Neil, was it? Yes.
Yeah.
Neil.
Yeah.
What happened as a child?
Well, you're right about like the sexual abuse before I was 10, and then somewhat of the physical abuse. And
Hold on, Drew. Just hold on for a second. Hold on. And
alcoholism.
Alcoholism?
No, I don't like alcohol.
What about family history?
Well,
your father?
I don't know. It's kind of bizarre.
Okay. Well, who sexually abused you?
A friend of the family.
Oh, outside of the family.
Yeah.
Did Ken is raising his hand in victory? Did he go outside
He did,
the
but
family?
I actually was saying the same. Remember I said that was my thing.
Did your family ever find out? Did his family find out about this?
His family beat him, though.
Your family beat you?
Not really, sort of.
What does that mean?
Well, like it wasn't like an everyday thing.
All right. They used a belt, but it was a dress belt, so it wasn't. No. But they beat you on occasion.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we have? Physical abuse from the family. We have sexual abuse from outside the family. Who molested you outside of the family?
It was just a friend of the family who was over a lot.
A male. And it was before he was 10, like I specified.
And it was a male?
Uh-huh.
And it was before you were 10?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm giving the pot.
Okay.
I'll give a couple.
It's the before the 10 thing. You really got to give them. You got to give them a couple.
I would have definitely guessed before 10.
Okay, well, I did take physical abuse, so Lord knows I should get at least a quarter.
Most people
for that.
are too big to abuse after they get to be 10 years old.
A very valid point. Drew, would you like to address that point?
Well, it has a different psychological effect.
Absolutely.
Actually, you'd have to say
you're
male.
correct. And but also to abuse a 10-year-old, they have to have been set up as a victim already. For them to tolerate, for them to be willing to go through.
All right, so Neil.
Yeah.
You understand that what's going on, what you're acting out sexually, is a sort of remnant of the past.
Kind of, yeah.
Right. And you understand that you could keep doing that, and you know it's a bit of a problem. That's why you called.
Yeah.
And so you have two choices in life, and everyone has this choice. You either just act out, in which case you become sort of a robot of your past, meaning you're like a robot. Someone puts a chip in you, or in your case, a penis, and they program you at an early age, and then you go on your entire life just acting it out. Relationship after relationship, job after job, addiction, substance abuse, whatever it is. You are on autopilot, and this is how most of the planet lives their life. And this is why we have repetitive people going through the prison system over and over again, and so on and so forth. Now, the smart people, or at least the people with, I don't know if it's intelligence or it's some sort of gut feeling, they try to get some help, and they try to straighten it out. And that's what you're calling about, Neil.
Yeah.
You need to involve yourself with that process. Mm-hmm. Forget about what you like. Forget about your next partner. Forget about your next relationship. Put sex on hold. Time out for Neil. Get some therapy, get some counseling, figure out what's driving you to go this direction. And if you get to the bottom of that, you'll no longer want to go in that direction.
Because I was going to start counseling here.
Good.
This month.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to. It's almost a mathematical equation. Abuse equals counseling at some point. Otherwise, you just become an abuser. Either abuse someone else or abuse yourself.
Or a good victim. Right.
All right, Neil?
Neil, good luck.
Good luck.
Get taken care of.
All right, so Ken really cleaning house tonight.
Ken's showing good insight.
I got ran after there. Jay, Jay's going to have to take his pants off soon if we go for another round because I think he's out of money. And Chris with the nonsensical answer gets the, what do you get, the courtesy $1?
Yeah.
I still have $1 left, but my mic's not on.
All right. Oh, it's not on? Okay. Wait. We've turned it back on. Go ahead.
It is on.
Well, you're resting on it. Come on.
Oh, we really got a thing going on now, don't we?
All right.
It is on.
Shut it off now, Mike. All right, here we go. Nicole, 16. You're on LoveLine with the Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Hi. I was calling for like more or less relationship advice. A couple weeks back, I transferred schools, and I kind of met a new group of friends from what I've been hanging out with before. And I met a new guy, and I really liked him. We were friends and everything. And so, we were talking as friends, and everything was great. But then he like started flirting with me. And I took that as, he likes me, okay, whatever. And so I made the first move by telling him that I liked him. And he, in turn, told me that he liked me. And so we went on vacation, school vacation. And we come back to school, and he's like, well, I think we should just be friends. After we kissed and we kind of were, like, intimate or whatever. And I was like, oh, I want nothing to do with you. And I really don't know what to do.
How intimate were you?
Not really like, oh, we had sex or anything. We were just, like, touchy-feely.
How long did this go on for that you were close to him?
We met a couple weeks ago, and it's just like happened recently, about a week.
All right. And he wants nothing to do with you now.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Age appropriate.
Yes.
Yes. This
Young
is,
love.
This
so
is.
It would just be he's 18, and I mean, I've never I don't talk to guys my age. I've always talked to older guys, like 22, 23 on up.
Well, stay with guys your own age, if you know what's good for you.
Yes, they're more clingy. You'll have more success
Excuse
with
me?
them. Younger guys get a little clingier.
But it's better. It's healthier for you. I mean, at least 18 and under, Nicole. But
Well,
listen.
I never clicked actually with guys my age. I've always been like, I've always thought they were really immature. I've never dated someone.
But
how old of men have you gone out with?
The oldest guy
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
28.
20. Excuse me. What?
28.
What Adam's going to tell
28?
you, what Adam's going to tell you is any 28-year-old that will date a 15-year-old. What would you say about him?
Well, I was,
He's inherently flawed, in my opinion.
See, well, I didn't know he was 28. He told me he was 18.
It doesn't matter. He knows he's 28.
Yeah, he's even more flawed. He's a liar too.
Okay, so like with this, I'm thinking that it's more or less something, a personality flaw in myself.
No, Nicole. It's just that guys and
opposite.
girls, when they're, I mean, you're lucky at least that he's being honest with you and not stringing you along, and God knows what he'd be.
That's what he's doing. I mean, he hasn't came out and said, well, let's be friends. I suggested, I was like, okay, do you just want to be friends? And he was like, well, I don't know. Let's talk later. And then when the later came, he was like, well, I have to go home. And he left.
Well, he's being polite.
Men are pirates.
Yes.
Men are pirates.
Yes.
They're bastards. They will take what they want and leave.
Okay. And
Right. Look at your vagina as a schooner that they've boarded. They've taken what they could, and they've moved on.
They've boarded your vessels, found the gold. They're gone.
Right. He's hoisted the
But he didn't.
Jolly Roger, and he's
he didn't
moving
do
on.
that. Thank God, he didn't.
Yes.
It doesn't make you invalid. It
All right,
makes
but
him invalid.
Nicole, understand that this guy was just avoiding an uncomfortable situation and confrontation.
So should I?
And for that comment, you get your mic on for an extra 15 seconds, Chris, because that was good.
So should I try to get some kind of explanation out of him, or should I
No,
leave it?
he does not want to be involved with you. Do not humiliate yourself by having him drive that point in. He's already tried to do it subtly. You know what I'm saying?
Chalk it up to learning. It was a good experience for a short period of time. Thank God you didn't get too involved. He's being reasonably direct with you now, and both of you are sort of clear on what your feelings are. Go on. Time
Right.
out.
Sin, 18.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question for the band. But first, I would like to say hi, Drew, and I love you to death, Adam.
Oh, really?
Oh, Sin, I'm so sorry.
All right, let's get that money back out. No, I'm just kidding. What is your question for the band?
I was wondering how you got your name. My friend and I have a theory that you got it through, like, word association.
We put as many nouns into a hat as we could and drew the first three, and that's what we got.
Totally untrue.
We
No,
thought of
totally
our favorite.
untrue.
We thought of our favorite animal, our favorite vegetable, and our favorite garment item, and we put them all together.
Darling, it's a candy from Cambridge, Massachusetts that's been made since the early century.
Since 1900s, actually. The Squirrel Nut factory in Cambridge, Massachusetts, they make a piece of candy that's called a Squirrel Nut Zipper. It was actually invented in about 1919.
And what is it? Is it like a Reese's peanut butter
It's like
cup?
a Mary Jane
It's like
sort
a
of.
Mary Jane.
It's a caramel nut chew.
A caramel nut chew. We have a great
Peanutty.
relationship. Actually, it's kind of funny that a band is band's name is founded on a company's.
Any problem with the company?
No, they were really.
It's a golden relationship.
They were very
and
nice.
They've been wonderful to us. They sent us boxes of candy, and we've toured the factory several times.
It's a good thing the band didn't take its name from a douche or something.
Right.
In which case you just have cases of vinegar and water.
Well, it's a good thing we were it's a good thing we were in a death metal band also, or they probably surely would not have
endorsed you the way they have.
So next time we're in your town, come on out, and we always have some candy with us, and you could try it.
What are you talking about, candy?
Yeah, not
what
here,
candy?
of course.
Oh, yeah. All right, Sin, that's how they got their name.
Thank you.
All right. I thought first that it was one of those things where bands say, well, we opened a dictionary and we found the first 3 words. And then I thought, no, squirrel and nut, too close. That'd be too big a coincidence. A zipper sounds like it was random. Squirrel and zipper, nut and zipper, fine. But the squirrel nut.
It was named after a drink, actually.
It actually was. A guy got caught up in a tree.
Fermenting molasses with nuts and
grain
and
alcohol
caramel.
and molasses. The guy got caught up in a tree, and he had to call the fire department to get him out of the tree. And they asked him
The
what
drink
he was
was
doing
a
up
nut
in the tree.
zipper.
And
Right.
he said, "Oh, I'm a squirrel nut zipper."
True story.
And
there you go.
we'll be back with more confections from the South after this.
All of my most sensitive areas were inflamed.
Really? LoveLine will be right back to deal with inflamed, sensitive areas.
Yeah. All right. Plumb out of show. Pavement tomorrow night. Squirrel Nut Zippers, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a fun evening. Hot is the name of the CD. Here's the thing about this CD, I will say. You have nothing else in your collection that is like it. And it's very interesting music, and it's good music, and it's the type of thing that even if it's not your cup of tea, and we have a lot of young listeners that are into Korn, you still should get this thing just so you can put it on once in a while when you're in a funky mood. It will certainly round out the collection.
And put some money in our pockets.
Absolutely. All right. Ken, Chris, and Jay, thank you very much. Payment tomorrow night. And until then, I'm Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
You're my stern but groovy master, Adam.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily limo service for LoveLine guests provided by Fox Limousine. And it certainly wasn't for me, LoveLine producer Ann Wilkins.
This broadcast was copyright 1997 Westwood One Entertainment. This music is MXPX on Tooth and Nail Records.
Sit, Ubu. Ubu, stop dragging your butt across the carpet.